Hi Connie, here's my answer, but first I'm gonna read your question out loud. What can I do to get double eyelids with puffy monolids? I already know all the self-love and stuff, but I'm curious and I want to see whether I like it or not. Only problem is I have puffy monolids and single-sided eyelid tape doesn't work for me. Well, Connie, because you mentioned about puffy monolids, I'm wondering if your eyelid profile is actually compatible with making a double eyelid naturally.
그분이 말씀하신 것처럼 피부가 얇아지고 항상 같은 라인에 계속 주름이 가해진다면 그 주름은 나중에 쌍꺼풀로 바뀔 수가 있겠죠. 만약에 그 눈이 더 얇으면 얇을수록 실제 쌍꺼풀과 비슷한 모양의 쌍꺼풀이 되는 거고요. 후천적으로 쌍꺼풀을 만들 수 있습니다.
There are some characteristics in an eyelid's behavior that hints that you can make a double eyelid. One of them are when you rub your eyelid, can you momentarily form a double eyelid that lasts just a few seconds or a few minutes? Even if you were to flex your eyelids, can you do the same thing? Make a momentarily lasting double eyelid for a few seconds or a few minutes. When you wake up in the morning, do your single eyelids sometimes turn into double eyelids? And can you see excess upper eyelid skin bunching up when you look up or when you flex your eyelids? Can you see that? And lastly, does the overall shape of your eyelids change throughout the day? Because in the morning it may look one way, but as the day progresses, as you get tired, especially if you don't get enough sleep the night before, does your eyelid shape change? Maybe it feels more droopy, maybe it feels more heavy to open. Does that happen? If you answered yes to those questions, then there's a real high chance you can make a double eyelid using these two main methods. There are two main methods. One of them is doing eyelid exercises, and the other one is using cosmetic eyelid tape products. Now let's talk about the eyelid exercises. There are two main eyelid exercises that are best fitted for the East Asian eyelid profile. The first eyelid exercise is called tracing the crease line. This is where you use something common like this. It's like a eyelid tool, and you nudge it against your eyelid and you trace the curvature of a naturally looking double eyelid crease. The stimulation caused by the tool rubbing against the skin will trigger mechanotransduction pathways within the skin, which indicates for the skin to begin conforming. But in order for this to happen, you have to do this on a regular basis. Using eyelid exercises do help, but it's not the strongest and fastest way to make a double eyelid. The next method you do is called holding the crease line. So after you traced the double eyelid crease, you use your fingers and you compress it. You see how it's being held? You compress it. Now you do this in the morning for about 5 minutes when you wake up, but this eyelid exercise will only be effective if your eyelid profile has already been showing progress in developing the double eyelid crease. Now usually to actually get progress in developing the double eyelid crease, you're gonna need to use something like cosmetic eyelid tape products. Now these products come in about 4 main categories. One of them is single-sided eyelid tape. You already mentioned that you use them and it didn't work, but not to worry because those are the most weakest kind of eyelid tape products. Then you have double-sided eyelid tape. These are a little bit stronger because the eyelid tape has adhesive on both sides, so it will grab onto the skin a little bit more stronger. But because of its shape and size, it's very small. It's designed to be hidden within the crease. So because of the shape and size, it doesn't really stimulate the skin. So after you remove those ones, the double-sided tape, your skin most likely will still not be able to sustain a naturally forming double eyelid crease. Another cosmetic tape product is eyelid fiber or glue. Those ones They give the appearance of a double eyelid, but of course after you remove them, the skin goes back to its original configuration, so your single eyelid will come back again. And the last kind of product is called double eyelid forming tape. These are the more newer kind of products, so do check them out on Google. These are the ones that actually stimulate the skin, and within time, as long as you have an eyelid profile that can form a double eyelid, and that if you use these kind of double eyelid forming tapes properly, the skin will begin to change over time, so that even after you remove these tapes, the double eyelid will still stay. And in the beginning, the double eyelid will require lots of care, so you shouldn't rub it, and you should always get good sleep because you don't want your skin to be too puffy with less sleep. But as time progresses, after you remove those double eyelid forming tapes, the double eyelid will be strong enough to handle some eyelid rubbing. It will be strong enough to handle days where you don't get enough sleep. So do check out these kind of products. Do the eyelid exercises. Look for the different kind of cosmetic eyelid tape products. And definitely by doing those things, you'll be able to make your double eyelid and see whether you're gonna like it or not. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a reply. Right, bye bye.